The thumbnail for this is a meme I've seen. This is the David Watson opinion. And this is Jake Paul has called out Canelo. And I'll read it to you. It says, I am very serious about fighting Canelo. And Canelo, if you're watching this, you better be in the gym and you better start training, bro. And this is Jake Paul on potentially fighting Canelo. What the fuck? Jake Paul. I will be 100% honest. At the very beginning, when I started seeing the kind of celebrity boxing things between YouTubers, it's not my thing. It isn't. I don't know. I don't have an argument against it. It's just okay, whatever. In terms of business, wow. I find it honestly, Mr. Paul, I tell you now, hats off to you, and I salute you every day, because people like to think that you're a clown, but you've made a damn lot of money, an awful lot of money for a guy that's supposed to be an idiot. So I've so much respect for you on that. And what gets me the most is you have my attention, Jake Paul. And the fact that this came up once upon a time, I would have pissed myself laughing. But Canelo is a businessman now. He's taking care of business. His legacy, it's sorted. He's all about the money. You know, he wants the big fights. He still wants to prove his name. But he's done a lot in boxing now. He's destroyed a lot of people. He's ended some careers. You know. And nobody in any room anywhere sits down and says Canelo isn't the best in his division. He's fought everybody there is to fight. You know, there's still some debate over him and GGG, but I think personally that fight has passed its sell-by date. Only because GGG is just it's become too old. He's still, I think, a great boxer, a world-class boxer. But Canelo, I think, is more in his prime, whereas GGG is 37, 38 now. There just comes a point where you're not the fighter you once were. And that's my point. I think the first two fights, we probably got GGG and Canelo at their best. But GGG was coming towards the end of his best. Whereas Canelo was probably moving into, or was in the middle of his prime. And that's my only point on that. And both those fights, you know, you can decide for yourselves what you think. The fact they were so close goes to show how great they both were and are. But Jake Paul and Canelo, personally, I think if that happens, Jake, I think unless there is like the rumours that you have no knockout clauses or whatever, I don't see that ending well for you. Canelo will destroy you. And I know you're a big unit, you're a big guy, but Canelo has fought big guys, world champions. But, and this is the thing that's got me, this is the thing that grips me on this, I could see Jake Paul pulling this off and getting a fight with Canelo. Because that's going to be some crazy money. Big money. But I still think Canelo wins. And I think if it's a fight, a serious fight, I think he knocks out Jake Paul or stops him with a body shot. And I think Jake Paul will suddenly realise, as good as Jake Paul is, and I think he's a pretty tasty guy, to be fair, he has actually, whatever people thinks, he has had some proper opponents now. But there's proper opponents and there's Canelo, you know. It's like, look, I can cook a pretty decent meal, but I'm not a Michelin star chef. And that's what I'm saying, is there's levels to this game. And none of the guys that you fought in a boxing ring boxing were world-class opponents. And the ones that were, Floyd Mayweather speaks for himself. That's a huge weight difference. A huge weight difference. And Floyd Mayweather does not bang like Canelo does today. Canelo could knock out a fucking horse. But who knows? I could be wrong. That's only my opinion. Jake Paul, the smartest guy in the room. Mate, good luck to you. I hope you pull it off, because you will sell that fight and it'll be a bloody big payday. And I won't begrudge Canelo if he takes it. Good luck to both of you. Let me know what you think below.